Well, thousands of applicants for permits were unsuccessful. Natasha Perkins is with Prairie Can and was going after one of those permits. Thank you so much for joining me today. Obviously not what you'd hope for coming out of today's announcement. What was your reaction?
Obviously, we're incredibly disappointed. A lot of work goes into not only the proposal, but years of research and pulling together the right group of people to submit a solid application. So yeah, we're obviously disappointed.
And you mentioned all the work. I mean, it does take a lot of resources too for this sort of an application. So how are you feeling about that?
We remain optimistic. It's not over till it's over, and those resources are in place, and we still have our mandate, which is to grow a Saskatchewan-based cannabis organization to meet a global scale, and we intend to continue to put our resources towards that effort.
So tell me a little bit about the group that you're a part of, Prairie Can, and your bid for this province in terms of the cannabis industry.
Yeah, so as I mentioned, we have a few interests in the space. The group itself that was focused on retail was an investor collective based of Saskatchewan business operators and owners who have experience in the retail management side of things.
So you mentioned Saskatchewan-based being important to you, and many of the applicants and successful applicants are not from the province. What's your thought on that?
Oh, well, it's tough to say. You know, we've always found the Saskatchewan cannabis retail application process a bit interesting in comparison to other approaches. So it is a lottery. We were successful in getting into the lottery, so that shows that we had the right caliber that the government was looking for, and so we're proud of that fact. And obviously there were a number of really well-qualified applicants as well. To not be successful in the second phase, as I mentioned, is disappointing, and it certainly there are some, I'll say, interesting again outcomes, and we look forward to hearing more about those out of province and other issues that have already been raised by other groups. So we look forward to hearing more from the government and the third-party auditor KPMG on that.
On that note, it's still a little ways away from legalization. Everything's still happening. So what's next for you and the group?
Well, like I said, it's not over till it's over in the retail sense. So while we are still focused on building the cannabis industry in Saskatchewan at an agricultural level, we also have our eyes set on value-added products, which anyone who's lived in the province for a number of years knows that that's where the province needs to head to really, or continue to head, to really meet its full potential at a global scale. And so yes, we're going to continue to keep our hopes high for retail and try and partner with the right people or see where things go. You never know till it's over.
Why do you think Saskatchewan is such a big player in the cannabis industry, especially on a global scale?
Yeah, I think that we know that we are already very successful agricultural commodity growers. That's certainly one position that the industry is heading. But we have talented people and professionals with good work ethic based in Saskatchewan, and we have a government that's supportive of economic development. And so I think Saskatchewan is just well positioned from many different facets to be very successful in this industry.
All right, well, thank you so much on your insight on this today.
No problem. Thanks for having me.